Welcome, Chrissy, to Tech of Tomorrow.
Hi guys, I'm Chrissy, and today we're going to be checking out a brand new keyboard and mouse from a company called GravaStar. I think you're really going to enjoy it, so let's jump in. So we have a double whammy today. There are two products we're going to take a look at from a company called GravaStar. The first is the wireless mouse, the Mercury X Pro wireless mouse. We recently did a review on the Mercury M1 Pro, and I loved that mouse. It was fantastic. So let's see what we have to think about this guy. The other product that we have is the GravaStar Mercury K1 Pro keyboard. And I can just tell by how hefty this box is, I think I'm really going to enjoy this guy. So let's get into the nitty-gritty details about each one of these guys. The Mercury X Pro is a super light mouse. It has this innovative hollow design, so it maximizes your airflow to prevent a whole lot of hand sweat. It's really lightweight with its magnesium alloy frame. It weighs only 49 grams. So while it may reduce wrist fatigue in the long run, it is a little hard to control at first. You can enjoy flexible connectivity options with its tri-mode connectivity, connecting via Bluetooth, 2.4 gig wireless, or wired. The 8K resolution makes this a super ideal mouse for both fast-paced FPS and precision-demanding MOBA games. The GravaStar Mercury X Pro bolsters an impressive 32,000 DPI with a maximum acceleration speed of 650 IPS. The maximum speed is 50 Gs with a 8,000 Hz USB report rate. The Mercury K1 Pro is an awesome looking keyboard. It has this branching skeletal frame that supports and stabilizes each keystroke so that you won't necessarily push the keyboard away from you every single time that you want to move. The design also includes two adjustable stabilizers that sort of anchor the keyboard in place. The K1 Pro features a custom set of GravaStar Kyle switches for stealthier keystrokes, so that gives you a fast reaction time if you're in a sticky situation. So at the end of the day, if you're looking for a new keyboard or a new mouse, GravaStar is going to have you covered. They always do. Their products are fantastic, high quality, they work well, and they look sleek, and they feel comfortable. Personally, for me, the mouse, it's a little too light, weight-wise. And one of the selling points on this mouse, though, is how light it is, and it is really just like air. Throw it back. Nice. It's really well built and sturdy with the magnesium alloy. However, the shell just feels really kind of plasticky and cheap. And I'm saying this compared to the M1 Pro that I have, that we also did a review on a few weeks or months ago. And that mouse was awesome. I still use that mouse. So I much prefer the M1 Pro over the X Pro. I like to have something that I feel like I have control over. And this mouse, I feel like I just don't have any control over, if that makes any sense. Another feature that I really kind of wish this mouse had was just a simple USB 2.0 dongle that it came with. Instead, you're only left with connecting wirelessly via Wi-Fi or via Bluetooth. And to connect my mouse to the computer, I don't necessarily want to have to go to GravaStar's website and download all the software. And it was a little bit of a headache to get it connected wirelessly first. There were a few times whenever I was trying to connect the mouse to my computer and I was following the on-screen instructions, yet the mouse wasn't registering it, and it took me about 5 or 10 minutes to figure it out, and I wasn't even doing anything incorrectly. It just wouldn't connect for some reason. I don't know if it was my hardware or if it was, a software issue or if it was the mouse. I don't think it was the mouse. It is kind of a headache. I just like with wireless mice being able to take out a USB thing and have it occupy a USB slot. I think that the reason why they wanted to avoid that was to be able to free up USB slots for consumers. One more feature I didn't really care for is the DPI switch. Usually on these mice, they're on the top, so you can adjust your DPI just right there. On this mouse, it's on the bottom, so you have to kind of lift it up and actually click the DPI switch button. And that's a little inconvenient for me because sometimes I like to go from like really high sensitivity to really low sensitivity, and I could just do it right there. It's really comfortable too. I think I understand why they did that though, because if you're competitively gaming and you don't want your finger to slip and accidentally, like switch the DPI, I understand completely. Just personally for me, it's not a design feature that I really care for. The mouse also has a couple of different finishes. This is the Interstellar Silver edition, but they also have a Galaxy Black edition too. I know that this is going for $139.95, whereas the M1 Pro I believe is going for like $99.95. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's a mouse and it has a lot of features, but it's just not for me personally. Just the way that it feels and the way that I like to operate and play games. I just want to have a little bit more control over my movements and what I'm doing. And I feel like the really like lightweight nature of this mouse doesn't really give me that. And that's kind of something that is to be desired. That's the mouse. So these are just my thoughts and opinions. Take that for what it is. Now when it comes to the Mercury K1 Pro keyboard, this thing is where it's at. This is, I feel like, a home run for GravaStar. This keyboard, I love the fact that it's relatively heavy. It's not like a brick, but it's also not like, it's a little heavier than a paperweight. The reason why I really like these heavier keyboards is because, I don't know if you guys have had any experience with this, but a lot of the times if you're playing a game or something, sometimes you subconsciously will maybe like push the keyboard forward, and so I find myself all the time doing the WASD, moving and stuff, and like my keyboard just kind of inches away from me, and I have to occasionally keep pulling it back, and it's kind of annoying. This heavyweight design prevents any of that. Not only that, but they also have the little legs at the end that sort of add as like an extra backup, like support, so that doesn't happen. And it's just super, super cool, super durable. You feel it. It has this like metal shell, and you just know that it's well built and that it's going to last you a long time. Another really cool thing about this is that it is compatible with both PC and Mac, and so much so that there's actually a switch on the back that has like a Windows setting and a Mac setting. So if you're working on a Mac, like I do for audio production work or any creative software, so to speak, and you're on a Mac, you can switch it to the Mac mode. But then if you want to switch over to your gaming PC, my Windows PC, which is what I do, you just switch it over to Windows. And for that, the key layout is for either a PC or a Mac. So it's not limited to one operating system alone. Going back on my little tangent about the USB dongle, it has one of those, and I appreciate that. It makes it super easy to just connect wirelessly, so you just plug the dude in, But then you also can use Wi-Fi to connect it to your computer. You could also connect it via Bluetooth as well. And it's really cool. The little storage compartment for this bad boy is just a magnetic slot right there. And you're good to go. It's actually really funny. I didn't even notice that was there until I was actually finished using this for the first time, and I went to go put it back up, and I'm like, what is that? And I found its little fun spot. The keyboard's also very customizable. It's very easy to switch out the keycaps if you want to. It comes with a tool that allows you to be able to do that too. And another feature that this includes that is very neat to me is the volume control. And we see these all the time on keyboards, but I like this one specifically because it's just like you push up or you push down, or if you want to mute, you just push it in the middle. It's very cool. I don't know. The keyboard is really comfortable for me. I have small hands. I would say though that if you have slightly larger, medium-sized hands, you might kind of have a hard time with this one. Everything might seem a little too crammed for you. I found myself accidentally hitting the spacebar a couple of times whenever I was playing zombies. And that could get kind of annoying. And so the keys are highly sensitive, but you can also switch out the key switches as well. And what's really cool is GravaStar, in the packaging, they actually include these 4 little tester switches that you can essentially just mess with to see which one would fit you the best. And they also have those available for you to purchase on their website if you decide to go with those switches. So really cool, just packaging and overall design. But for me, I feel like this is an editor's choice product. I am in love with it. I always love the products that GravaStar puts out. Like, I enjoy it. I love it a lot. I know Elric didn't really care too much for it because he has bigger hands than I do, and so it was really kind of cramped for him to use it. Essentially, this product is not junk. Neither is the mouse. They're both really great products, and GravaStar always does a great job of the products that they release, just releasing high quality, really cool, badass looking products. And anytime they release something, I'm super excited to see what it is that they're dropping, because I want to get my hands on it. By the way, we're not paid for or sponsored by GravaStar at all. This is 100% my own opinion, and I'm just here to relay my information and my thoughts onto you guys. And if you like the advice, then I'm happy to be of service. If you don't like the advice, I'm happy to be of service.